Hi, greetings. Seymour Segnet here, founder and inventor of MAGFAST, for your weekly update. I always have to look up here for Friday, February 16th, 2018. I'm going to do a real quick one for you now because I've just noticed the time and I have a meeting with Facebook coming up very shortly. So let me take you through some new... first of all, because it is Valentine's week, just wanted to say to you and yours, Happy Valentine's Day. This is from our beloved daughter Hudson, to you and to yours, from me and Amy and the whole of the extended MAGFAST family and our friends at P3, and of course over in the Far East working so hard on making this incredible system for you. I wanted to talk today about Wall. MAGFAST Wall is the second generation, the evolution of the kind of original design. Maybe you have the original design at home. Please excuse the noise of the train going up the Hudson River outside there. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about this. I'm going to show you an animation on the screen. I want to just say a couple of things before I show it to you. So the first thing is, you're used to it looking all beautiful like this, right? Because when we show it to you, we show you what the finished product is going to be like. I'm going to show you an engineering drawing. So the very first thing is it's done in what's called an isometric way, which means that you know how normally the thing that's closer to you is longer than the thing that's further away? With an isometric drawing, it isn't. Everything's the same length, whether it's near to you or further away, so it looks a little bit odd. And the other thing is it's got all kind of lines on it and this, that, and the other. So this is not a representation of how it will look to you, but it is kind of interesting because it's engineering, and we're going to sort of, the camera is going to kind of slice through it and show you what's inside. So let's just play this animation quickly now, and I'll talk you through it a little bit as we go. So here's Wall, and we strip it off. That's the back plate. You can just see there. And now if we just start coming through, we're slowly building in. There's the metal copper pieces for plugging into the wall have just come in. You can see the scoops are developing there. The magnets are all falling into place. USB outlets down at the bottom. You've got a transformer and capacitors coming in on the right hand side there. And now we're scooping around. Those rectangular lines there, they're important structural members. There's a side view with the prongs. There's the scoops, which will look much smooth. You'll want to lick them when you see them eventually. There, because it's a sectional, the front is cut off. But I just think it's kind of fun to see it from a few angles. This is actually not the very latest model. There's more work that's gone on since then. But this is part of an important job, which is figuring out how all of the components exactly fit inside. And you'd think that would be easy when an iPhone is kind of a fifth of the size of this, and they fit so much into it. But nevertheless, fitting everything in such a way that it can handle high voltages and high power. Those of you who've ordered the Pro Kit are going to be getting units with double the power, so there'll actually be two printed circuits in here. You have to be able to handle all of the heat that is generated by that. If everybody's charging at full pace, you need to be able to take that into account. And then if you come back to me here, I just wanted to talk about a feature that we have, I'm not sure if I've spoken about before, which is going to be part of MAGFAST Wall that you may not be expecting, which is we've been really pleased with all of the old units that are out in the field, how the tip has worked out really well. Occasionally people break them because they're a little rough with them like that, but overall hundreds of thousands of units out there, and there've been very, for that number of units, there've been very, very few problems indeed, and yet we still think we can get it better. We've got a really beautiful tip design this time around, really nice and smooth, as you know, looks like a jetpack or a rocket or something. But I just wanted to talk about something we've done. This is a side view here of Wall with the prongs out the back, like so, you just saw. And I just wanted to talk about the tip. So the tip, if I just draw a straight line, a vertical line right down the middle there, what you've got is, when you plug it in, of course, you've got an actual wall. You've got the wall of your kitchen or whatever is there. And so when you put the tip on, typically you want a bit of an angle here for various reasons. If you're reading a recipe or something, you're in the kitchen, then you want a little bit of that. You want it angled up towards you. It's also for safety. We would rather that it was leaning backwards so that if anything were to happen, if it were knocked, it would fall against the wall, than leaning forward with the risk of it falling out and damaging the tip or damaging the socket. So, whereas in the past we had, I think it was a 2 or 3 degree angle, we're going to a slightly greater angle. We're going to 5 degrees here. 5 degrees angle, so it's a slightly better viewing angle. It means when someone's got a rickety wall or whatever and the wall's tilting out, if the wall is out by 3, then you've still got 2 backwards, if that makes sense. But the other thing we're doing, I want you to imagine this is the tip in here. Okay, there's the tip. All right, obviously it's going to go further in and you're going to put your product on like that. But just imagine the tip. Let's do this properly. There's the tip, like that. All right, and then your actual phone, sorry, this is getting very messy, isn't it? But your actual phone is going to be like this, right, in cross-section. But the other thing that we're doing is we're making, this is going to be spring-loaded so that there's a 5 degree swing there. And that doesn't sound like much, but it's actually quite a lot of give. When you come to take it out, there'll just be that little bit, it'll tilt forwards in a really nice way. It'll be a little bit forgiving. It'll get stiffer towards the front, so you can kind of feel, oh, I've got a bit of give here, but I'm reaching the end of the give. I've got to be careful. So I think it's going to be really, really nice. I remember when I was a kid, I got a cassette deck. It was the JVC KD21 was like the cheap one that I thought I was going to be able to afford. And you'd press the eject button and it would go ka-chunk like that. What I really wanted to do was to find the extra money, the extra £50 or whatever it was, to get the JVC KD35, if I'm remembering correctly, where when you press the eject button, it would go. It was a dampened thing, and that's kind of like the difference between the old and the new. I think this little spring mechanism here, it's not going to have that kind of damping in it, but it's just going to give that really nice feeling as it goes in and out. So I just thought that'd be good to give you a little idea of Wall. Wall is pretty much ready to tool at the moment. As I've told you before, we're just holding off because it's a system, and Wall fits into all of the other components, and there's still some decisions to be made on the other components. We could start cutting the tools for Wall, but we're just really reluctant to do so until we're completely happy with all the decisions are made about the associated products. All right, I hope that was interesting for you. Thank you so much for your support. hello@magfast.com with all your questions, please. hello@magfast.com. And we will get back to Amy and Amanda and Eric, and I pop in occasionally. We'll answer the questions as quickly as we can. And do please keep them coming. We love you. Thank you so much for supporting MagFast, and we'll see you same time, same place next week.